Okay, you have got to see this. Today, we're diving into a story I guarantee you've never heard before. It all starts on an author's blog, but it quickly spirals into something else entirely, blurring that line between fiction and, well, a very, very strange reality. It all really comes down to this single question. I mean, just imagine it. What if your main character, the one you've poured your heart and soul into, suddenly turns around and says, you know what? I'm done. Done with your plot, done with your drama, and they decide to just take over, because that's basically what happened. Readers of author Manuel Pellicer's blog logged on one day to find this message waiting for them. And nope, it wasn't from Manuel. It was from his main character, Jessica Marie Bond, announcing that she and some other characters had literally taken their creator hostage. And her ransom demand? Oh, just a cool $300 trillion. Let that number sink in for a second. Not million, not billion, trillion. And if readers don't pay up, she threatens to bore them to death with posts about economics. Seriously. So yeah, we have a full-blown hostage situation on our hands, at least digitally. The author's own blog has been completely hijacked by the very people he invented. They are in control and they have demands. But to really understand what's happening, we need to meet the key players. So who exactly is behind this literary mutiny? Well, it's time to meet the creator and his incredibly rebellious creation. In one corner, we have Manuel Pellicer, the author, though his characters have a different name for him. Daddy. And in the other corner, we have Jessica Marie Bond, the protagonist of his novel, Waiting for My Daddy. She is the clear ringleader of this whole operation. And look at the level of detail here. This isn't just some name on a page. The author built a complete person. Born in Massachusetts, abandoned at birth, she's the first-person narrator of her own story. And pay attention to this key trait, rebellious. Yeah, I think we're seeing that play out loud and clear. And this is where things get really, really interesting. Jessica is no longer content to just stay on the page. Oh no, she has smashed through the fourth wall, grabbed the keyboard, and believe me, she has some serious complaints. So what's her biggest beef? Her creator, Daddy, has gone and written himself into her story. She feels like he's trying to steal her spotlight. As far as she's concerned, this is her life, her narrative, and she is not about to share the stage. You can just feel her personality jumping off the screen here. The sass is real. She feels totally put upon, complaining that on top of everything else, now she's stuck writing the author's blog posts, because apparently he's just too lazy to do it himself. And get this, she even has editorial notes for him. She thinks he puts her through way too much drama. This is a character with strong opinions about her own plot, basically telling her creator, hey, maybe tone down the suffering a little bit, okay? Okay, so what is actually going on here? Is this a real kidnapping? Of course not. What we're really witnessing is this brilliant, elaborate creative exercise. This is the author using his character as a kind of alter ego. An alter ego is, basically a second self. And for artists and writers, it's an incredibly powerful tool. It lets them explore different points of view or even say things they might not feel comfortable saying as themselves. And right here, this is the big reveal, coming straight from Jessica herself. She just lays it all out for us. She's not a real person. She is his literary creativity. She's his alter ego, a way for him to hide inside his own book and see his story from a completely different angle. And this little chart just hilariously breaks down their whole dynamic. It seems like Jessica gets called in whenever Daddy gets writer's block, or feels lazy, or is worried he'll be misunderstood. She's basically become his go-to solution for any and every writing problem. And this gets right to the heart of her purpose. Through Jessica, the author can be more critical of his own work, he can make himself blush, and he can let out all the stuff he normally keeps hidden deep down. It's almost like a modern Don Quixote, using another character's eyes to see himself and his world more clearly. So what does this all mean? We're getting to the core of it now, because this isn't just some clever gimmick. It's a really profound look at the strange, tangled, and symbiotic relationship between a creator and their creation. The author himself puts the question out there on his blog, influencer or follower? And it really makes you think, doesn't it? Who's more important, the writer who builds the world or the character who lives in it? And in this case, is now shaping how that story gets told. Who's really influencing who? And as Jessica herself says, the point isn't to trick anyone. It's literature, it's creativity. It's a playful, public peek behind the curtain of the creative process, a way to bring readers right into the heart of his novel's themes in this totally alive, breathing way. And in the end, it all comes back to this one question. By giving his character a voice, a blog, and a whole laundry list of complaints, the author completely upends our idea of who's in charge. And it leaves us wondering, when fiction starts to feel this real, who is truly the author?